I see you got yourself a little business going. Well, that's good. That's good. You make that paper. But when you're making paper, you gotta learn some rules to go with it. You gotta learn the difference between guns and butter. Now, what are the guns? The guns, that's the real estate. The stocks and bonds. Artwork, shit that appreciates with value. What's the butter? Cars, clothes, jewelry, all that other bullshit that don't mean shit after you buy it. That's what it's all about. Guns and butter, baby.
Peace, family. In this session, we will be discussing are you and the things you've acquired an asset or liability? What is an asset? An asset, by definition, is a useful or valuable thing, person, or quality. Some of the words associated with asset are benefit, advantage, blessing, strength, attraction, gift, talent, resource, value, bonus, help, saving grace. And that's what we need in today's time. We need to be and have a savings grace. What is a liability? By definition, a liability is a person or thing whose presence or behavior is likely to cause embarrassment or put one at a disadvantage. What are some of the words that are associated with liability? Hindrance, burden, nuisance, inconvenience, drawback, weakness, problem, stumbling block, cross to bear, albatross, minus. And that's what many are living, a minus lifestyle. The struggle, and it is very real. So my question to you is this: have you set yourself up to be an asset not only to yourself but to your family, your loved ones? You see, we have people out here talking about wills, but not many are talking about life insurance. And if you structure life insurance properly and have it in the proper instrument, by law, all your instructions will be carried out even in death. And that's a powerful thing and a peace of mind. Because we're gonna die just like we're living. But we have to become an asset in life, not just in death. So let's talk about, while we're living, how to become an asset and not a liability. My question to you is, do you have living insurance? See, life insurance always bring about the thought of death. But what about living insurance? And yes, there are instruments out there, if set up and structured properly, that can help you while you're yet living. And yes, you do pay into them, but they're not a liability. They're not taking from you. They can and will give back to you if properly structured in your time of need. Say you're down 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. What do you have in place that will be an asset not only to you, but to your loved ones that depend on you? With the proper structure, you can be taken care of and your family. What are some of the things that many of us treat as an asset when in fact they're really liabilities? Cars, homes, jewelry, boats, things of that nature. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't enjoy these things, but everything has to be looked at as either an asset or a liability. Let's take a look at the car. We use them to get us from to work, point A to B, shopping, traveling, and things of that nature. And they give us nothing back. We put money into the car, the vehicle, and we get nothing in return. And in essence, a lot of times a vehicle is treated as an asset. Elaborate stereo systems, tires and rims, and sort of things. When it's a depreciating instrument, that same money that's being put into that elaborate stereo system, or that those tires and rims can really be helping you create wealth and a legacy. That $800 to $2,000 can buy half an ounce to an ounce of gold or 40 ounces of silver. In 1990, if you had $12,000 and you took it and you hid it away or put it in the safe or even in the bank, the most that money would be worth today would be $24,000. And what you could buy with it in 1990 for $12,000, you probably only could possibly purchase a third of what you could buy with it in 1990. But on the flip side, if you took that $12,000 and bought 30 ounces of gold, because gold was $400 an ounce in 1990, today it would be worth $46,000. So it would have turned over 4 times, not 1.5 or 2. This is what I'm talking about. But you don't hear me though. A house, yes, it's better than renting due to the fact the tax benefits for a little while that the home will bring. But in the long haul, it's a liability if it's not generating assets and helping you to create legacies. Many will say my home is making money. I see it all the time. It's worth now $100,000 more than what it was worth when I bought it. If you have not invested in your home properly to keep up with the trend, you'll never see that unless you sell your investment. And they're going to tax that. But with the proper structure, your home can help you to create an asset or assets. And my question to you is, when you bought your first home, why did you just think on one? If you thought to buy one, why not think to buy 10? You see, brothers and sisters, what I'm saying to you is everything and everyone that's in our life should be an asset to us, and we should be one to them. Now, on this channel, we talk about credit. So I ask you, Is your credit file an asset or a liability to you? And many will say, I have a good credit score. I got a 680. I got a 720. I got a 750. I got a 780. Well, Mr. Good Credit Score and Mrs. Good Credit Score, my question to you is, how is that 720, 50, 80, how is it creating assets for you over that person with a 480 credit score? It's like my man said in Baby Boy. It's about guns and butter. Things of value versus things that don't bring value over time. If you're working a W-4, known as a job, that job should be helping you to create assets, to build a legacy. Because that's what it's about, building a legacy. And this is what we have to get back to, building a legacy. And don't tell me that you don't need credit. Because many of you can remember back when you used to get a note from grandma to go to the store and get groceries. And she would tell you, have them put it on my bill. Because her name brought good credit. And everyone benefited from her credit. Assets versus liability. What team are you on? Peace and blessings, family, when we learn to do the will of the Creator.